Hey folks, this is Jake Davis with a wrestling recap for you this morning. Today I'm going to talk about WWE NXT's Takeover Vengeance Day, held last night from the Capitol Wrestling Center, whatever the hell it's called, the NXT Arena. This is, the first thing I want to say about this show is the damn name. I just don't understand why they went with Vengeance Day. Vengeance was perfectly good pay-per-view that they had in the 2000s. I think the last one was in 2011. They could have also used Judgment Day, which hasn't been used in over a decade. They could have used St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Just Vengeance Day just sounded weird to me. Just didn't roll right. It didn't feel right. In the pre-show, I gotta point out that Eli Drake has joined the WWE. Eli Drake, I know, he's a bit of a trip. I enjoyed some of his stuff on Impact when I saw all of it, of course. But right away, they got him with a new name, LA Knight. Fuck, man. WWE is so bad at coming up with these fake names, especially NXT branch. I don't get it, man. Anyhow, we kick off the show with the finals of the inaugural Women's Dusty Rhodes Memorial Tag Team Challenge. Whatever it's called. Yeah. Whatever. The Dusty Cup. Dusty Cup was inaugurated in 2016, a year after the passing of the late, great Dusty Rhodes. And it's a bit of a throwback to the old Crockett Cup, and it's really been great. Every year they've done it. It always helps that things like this, there's not just a trophy at the end of the tournament. There's actual stakes. There's championships. There's a push. It's not like, hey, you won this huge match. Now go back to the mid-card. Like they did with Cesaro all those years ago. And Andre's Battle Royal. So this is the first finals for the chicks. And it's Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. Ember and Shotzi have a pretty great entrance. I love her tank with the stupid missile. I love Shotzi's whole shtick. I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was kind of bizarre but smart, storytelling wise, to have basically the face team, Ember and Shotzi, are fighting like heels through the first half of this match, really isolating the smaller opponent, Dakota Kai. Raquel Gonzalez that's a bad bitch. No other way to put it. That woman with the shield bust you up, man. I wouldn't mess with that woman. I wouldn't. But yeah, man, she's great. She's great. But I loved the psychology of just keeping her out of the match entirely. That was smart. Of course, once she does get in, the match becomes far more competitive. The heels start wrestling more like heels. Eventually, she hits her one-arm powerbomb, and Dakota and Raquel win the Dusty Cup. It was a really, really, really fun opening match. I enjoyed it very much, and I got to watch this show with my daughter. My daughter's really been getting, my youngest one's really been getting into wrestling last night, recently, and we were watching the show last night. She kept doing this thing where she kept, running into the couch like she was hitting the ropes. It was really cute. It was adorable. You should have seen it. But up next was... and also, I got to... Since they're now number one contenders, I totally want the women's tag titles on Dakota and Raquel. I don't like the makeshift... We have not had a regular tag team as the women's tag champions since August. So yeah, man, put them... Enough of these makeshift teams. If you don't have faith to put those belts on any consistent and regular tag teams, then you shouldn't even have the belts. I'm sorry. Anyhow, up next is the North American Championship match. Johnny Gargano defending against Kushida. Oh, this was an awesome match. First off, I love the psychology, the setup here. Gargano's coming to the ring with his entire faction, his wife, Andy Hartwell, and Austin Theory. While they're walking to the ring, Dexter Lumis snatches Austin Theory to the side, and Gargano runs off the girls to go see what happened to him, where did he go, and he ends up fighting alone. It reminded me very much of the kind of stuff they used to do with Kurt Angle, where Kurt Angle would be in situations where he'd have his goons, he'd have his backup, but then they'd be taken out of the equation, and Kurt Angle would end up beating the guy as a heel, clean as a whistle. And that's what happens here. They have the match of the night, in my opinion. A great, great match. One of my favorite part of the whole match is when Kushida goes all the way to the end of the apron. The ramp, runs all the way down and punched Johnny Gargano right in the fucking elbow. Oh my god, it looked like he broke his damn arm. It was great. Eventually, Gargano hits the one final heartbeat onto the ramp, which, by the way, is level for the ring tonight. I don't know why they did it that way. I don't like that. He hits it level with the ring, throws Kushida back in, hits a second one in the ring, and retains the title. I also got to point out the ring gear. Of course, Kushida comes out dressed like Marty McFly. That's his gimmick. He's like the Booster Gold of pro wrestling. Gargano, again, I think this is like the third or fourth time it feels like I've seen him come out in X-Men-inspired stuff. I mean, I know that now that everybody does comic book themed attires for the special events, it's probably harder to kind of stand out and look different, but I definitely feel like I've seen Gargano do X-Men shit before. Anyhow, yeah, great match. Up next is the men's Dusty Rhodes finals. It is a team of the grizzled young veterans taking on MSK. This was probably the match I was least interested in going into, because to be honest with you, since New Year's, I haven't watched much NXT. I've been following, reading articles and watching highlights, but I gotta give my family a break somewhere. but I just haven't been watching it. So I think maybe I've seen it like once since New Year's, maybe if that. But yeah, I've been slacking on my NXT, so I basically was not at all watching. Well, I wasn't at all watching going to the build of this show, but still, it's pay-per-view. I'm gonna watch it. Fuck it. As long as I got the network, because that network's about to be gone. Just moved, you know what I mean? Anyhow, it's really early on. So yeah, the veterans, I was rooting for the veterans. This is the second year in a row they've made it to the finals, and even though they're the heels, eventually MSK win. Good for them, a big push. Guys kind of come out of nowhere, a real meteoric rise. They had this one great move. The guy does a backflip, and his partner shoves him to give him that extra, the impact to slam onto the guy. Really, really cool shit. Up next in our semi-main event is a triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Io Shirai defending against Toni Storm and Mercedes Martinez. This was another good match. I mean, lots of big, high, flippy stuff. There's clearly they get pissed off here, fuck up here, because when Toni Storm's clearing off the table to it looks like she's putting someone through the table just collapses on her. And the girls just kind of work around it, wherever the spot was, they don't do it, or they alter it in some way, but no, you can tell, you see the frustrated, the well fuck look on Toni Storm's face when the table just collapses. The finish comes where, I forget who had who down. But, Toni Storm got Mercedes Martinez down for the count. Io Shirai comes out of nowhere with a moonsault on both women, pins Mercedes to retain the championship. Basically the exact same finish of the In Your House triple threat where she won the title back in June, but still a good match. Main event time. Pete Dunne challenging Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Now, if you've ever seen either one of these guys, you know exactly how this match went. There was a lot of hard hits, some tight, snug submissions, and lots of finger torture. I mean, like a Saw movie level of torment on these goddamn fingers. Eventually, Pete Dunne hits the bitter end. Balor kicks out. Dunne goes for a second one. Balor reverses. Eventually hits the coup de grace. And 1916 paradigm shift execution. Impaler. So many names. Hits that the spike DDT and retains the NXT Championship. After the match, the tag champs Birch and Lorcan jump Finn Balor. The UE Undisputed Era come to his defense, run off the tag champs and Dunne, and it looks like Bobby Fish isn't there. I guess he's off injured right now. And it looks like Finn Balor is being asked to join the Undisputed Era. And he's about to do the pose with him when, bam! Adam Cole super kicks him, knocks him out. Kyle O'Reilly's, what the hell are you doing? Bam! Adam Cole super kicks Kyle O'Reilly too. Says, Roderick, let's go. When he leaves. And Roderick's show ends with Roderick Strong just standing there right in the middle, going like, what the fuck? Like a man with no nation. So I guess the Undisputed Era is over. If you saw their matches in Ring of Honor, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly are gonna have a barn burner. That's gonna happen in the very near future. And I'm just glad Adam Cole's a heel again. I love Adam Cole. The man is incredible in the ring. He has endless charisma, but he is a natural heel. Anyhow, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I almost didn't watch Vengeance last night, mainly because not only because I wasn't really into the build, plus it was Valentine's Day. I already had a lot of stuff. We took our kids to the museum and everything yesterday. But on top of that, the last wrestling show I watched was No Way Out 2001. And it's like, it's like when you watch The Godfather. You can't just watch another movie right away. You got to let it settle. You got to digest it. Something great, one of the best of its field. And yeah, but Vengeance was great. I had a really good time last night, even though I was like, I was in a demand to be impressed going into the show, and I was impressed. 5 matches, 5 good matches, and I always like when pay-per-views end a little early, opposed to going way overtime. Anyhow, hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm Jake Davis, and I'll catch you on the fly.